Hi everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Let's see what we have on the lot today. A beached whale Land Rover Discovery. I'm not going to worry about that for now. And this beautiful 1996 Chevy K2500 with the classic American 350 cubic inch V8. Yeah, much more enjoyable to work on than this thing. So what's the customer complaint with this Chevy? He said it just doesn't have power going uphill. It's a pain in the butt to tow with it. He's run out of options. He's taken it to Eric O's shop. I think he got a fuel pump. He tried a new injector, spider injector assembly. Again, aftermarket. That didn't help. So here we are. Let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with this Chevy. Quick code scan. Oh, we have mass airflow circuit signal low, intake air temp signal high, O2 signal low, bank 1 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 2. Then we have fuel system 2 lean, bank 1 and bank 2, and intake air temp circuit intermittent high voltage. Okay, let's take a quick peek under the hood. Make sure everything's plugged in. So I guess this thing does have separate O2 sensors for each bank. Let's see, is this a California emissions vehicle or not? California regulations. Okay, well, here's the mass airflow sensor. Looks stock and original. For some reason the intake air temp sensor is unplugged. Let's plug that in for now. Let's start up, look at some data. So I want to clear all the codes because the truck is always acting up. We're not worried about freeze frame. Okay, so display codes, no codes present. Alright, let's go to live data. And from a cold start, I want to see what the oxygen sensors are doing, what the mass airflow is doing. Gotta see if it's a lean condition across the board, under load, and we'll go from there. Alright, here we go. So on this data list, it doesn't give me all of the PIDs that I want, but all 4 oxygen sensors, short and long-term trims, mass airflow, coolant temp, and intake air. Let's fire it up. Fires right up. Bank 1 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 1. Look at that. Alright, so it's definitely in closed loop. We can see short and long term trims across the board are at 15%. Climbing, climbing, climbing. There you go, 25%. So the long term is going to learn. So it's lean across the board all the time. Alright, so for a lean condition across the board, only a few things could cause that. Fuel delivery, so fuel pressure, fuel injectors, or mass airflow sensor under reporting, so it's not injecting enough fuel on the base map and has to correct for that with the fuel trims. So we want to make sure our fuel pressure is to spec. So 55. So about 48 goes up to 55 on a rev. Okay, no problems. So the fuel pump is doing fine. Let's look at our scan data again. You know, MAF is almost at 10 grams per second. I don't think that's underreporting. Let's look at the fuel trims again. I love how Snap-on keeps the selected lists. Again, look at that. Short term's 20%, long term's 10%. So over 30% on both banks, very even. So idle over 20%, close to 30%. Let's put it under load. See, it's lean. It's counting up, 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 up. And finally, when it hits that 25 to 30%, the oxygen sensors do respond, so these work. I'm not worried about bang 2 sensor 2 at all. The cats are gutted, so that one's going to oscillate anyways. So about 30% all the time. Okay, 25 to 30% positive fuel trims. Now let's see if we set any codes. Nope, no codes yet, so we need to take it on a test drive. But I told the owner, I actually diagnosed this truck last year, and I recommended we need to install the OEM upgraded spider injector assembly on this truck. So everything else is original, and it's a 30% positive fuel trims. Yeah, so that's what we have right here in this box, and intake manifold gasket set. So pull in the shop, we'll do that and see how the truck runs. Now there could be other variables, but I don't see any other variables at this moment. The truck runs super smooth, it's even bank to bank. It's just not getting enough fuel, and the fuel pressure is perfectly fine. Not worried about the fuel pump. The regulator is part of the spider assembly, so even if we had low fuel pressure, not due to the pump, due to the regulator, again, it'll be part of that injector assembly. So we're gonna install that and see how the truck runs with the new spider. All right, so I got the upper intake manifold off of the Chevy, and we can see this aftermarket injector unit. It is the old school poppet nozzles, not the upgraded electrical injectors. This is the newest type with the injector at the tip, not in here, the electrical part. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the cause of our lean conditions. These are just, they're just kind of loose in there. They're not really seated. So get rid of this junk. Get this thing out of here. Is it AC Delco? I don't know. It's probably an Amazon knockoff. New OEM upgraded spider installed. Looks absolutely beautiful. Actually went in pretty smoothly. So these injectors are nice and clipped in and solid, not flopping around like those old ones. So that's kind of floating there. Pop on the intake manifold and fire this thing up. Look at the fuel trims. All right, here we go. Truck is back together. Prime the fuel pump, and we got data. So let's fire it up. About 54 psi. That's good. Let's wait for it to get into closed loop. Bank 1 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 1. See, they're both rich already, so we're definitely not going to have a lean condition. We'll wait for it to get into open loop. Oh yeah, this truck is happy. I can tell. We'll take it on a spin, do an oil change. I think this customer will be very happy. He'll start using his truck for towing again. Alright, great news. This truck is definitely fixed. We're in closed loop. Well, it says open, but you can see the oxygen sensors are oscillating. Look at that. Short term minus 10, long term plus 6, so right around 0%. Total trims. Once we do the oil change, it's going to be beautiful. So, yeah, we'll take it on a spin. The guy's ABS light is on. We might leave that for bonus footage. So, pretty straightforward diagnosis, but you have to know how the system works. That was the only variable that could cause this condition. OEM updated spider injection unit. It'll outlast the truck. Well, hopefully. I mean, this truck's in pretty nice shape. So, appreciate everyone watching, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, a little bonus footage. Let's hear this Chevy Thunder. Oh yeah, this truck feels really good. Look at those oxygen sensors. Wide open throttle. Stays rich. Fuel trims. On the money. Single digits. This drives nice. And these seats, they don't make them like they used to. They're plush. Alright, see you next time.